기대한다.
All right. Wait, when did this happen? Oh well. I wish I was more into watching Twitch. No one's here yet. Do 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 do. Okay, okay. What's there ads happening right now, dude? Is there supposed to be ads? So confused. Amazon, why does your service suck? There are pre-roll ads. Why is this happening? Oh my god. This is the worst thing to ever happen. Oh well. I guess let's just start.
단테, 맛있는 거 사러 나간 거지? 나 기대한다.
Shut up. I'm not shopping. Out of here. So they do have the Do Ye Sang ego, which I want. Oh, there is an advert. What the hell? Yeah. Do 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 do. Okay. I believe we should be good. Wait for it. Okay, now we're back. Dirt, dirt. I got the free ticket. Yippee. It has to kill? That's really funny.
관리자 양반,
Hi, Gregor.
불꽃놀이 좋아하나?
드디어 잘을 쓰시는군요.
2 new ones, I guess. It's not anything especially interesting. Let's see. Let's okay. Oh, okay. That seems bad. Yeah, I mean that's why I want it. It's more, it's good for my self-harm themed team. Oh, I forgot. It's Christmas theme. Christmas time. Yippee, we love Christmas. Isn't that right, Snollygoster? As our voyage in the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but guys, anybody got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 30th time. I suppose repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent, if it could even be called that. If you're having trouble recalling what you said moments ago, she has repeated that phrase 28 times to be precise. At 30, I was planning to verify if she had suffered any damage in her occipital region. I get it. I'm just that bored, okay? There's nothing to do anymore. I'm tired of playing the same game of backgammon again and again. You could play a different game of backgammon. Good. I've got a job for you then. How about you start feeding the seagull on time for once? Somehow it became my responsibility after all of you got tired of taking care of it. Oh, the lore. There was a seagull apparently. Yeah, we're gonna have to let the seagull go once we're out of the Great Lake anyway. Why'd you even let yourself get attached to it? Look at her, the way she looks at you. Those are woeful eyes. What, your average seagull eyes? It was abundantly clear that the sitters are starting to slowly expire from sheer boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution. I had 0 interesting stories to tell, considering I'm amnesiac, so... I like how Limbus... Like, the amnesiac protagonist is very common, but instead of making Dante a blank slate, it actually makes them... It actually, like, factors in a way that is interesting. All I could do was sit here and watch the sitters suffer. Putting them through the daily trials of the mirror dungeons wasn't the most exciting activity either. Hi Heathcliff. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, now that he was all calm and aloof, that is. Yeah, it's like they can have their cake and eat it too, where Dante is sort of like a blank slate, but they're also like interesting and they have a lot going on in the story. I'd say he's anxious. Oi, Virgilius. A frosty silence defended. Frosty, it's Christmas! And the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Huh? Oh, Heathcliff, have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? This must be the side effect of the consultations. Maybe you can call this sense of self-preservation loss syndrome or something like that. Heathcliff? Cut your traps, I ain't mad. My sense of self-preservation is just fine. Impressive, Heathcliff. I rarely found myself surprised in this series of misadventures so far, but this was one of those rare occasions. Speak, what is your business? It's the, our next destination is T-Corp, innit? Do you really need me to answer that? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I... Nudges him. Patience, Heathcliff. Though that does seem to be a virtue that most of you lack. If everything goes according to the flow, you'll make it to your appointment on time. Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratched the back of his head. I'm still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first. And after all that, what else could possibly be more important than the appointment? Wait. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Oi, any of you got any history with T-Corp? Show of hands now. I have, in a way. I resided in that place once. Right, but we already did you, didn't we? I love that. He's just like, no, your chapter happened already. Get the fuck out of here. Then, yeah, soon it'll be. But we're in the middle of this bad lake. Oi, Clockhead, what's today's date? How would I know? Huh? Can't you tell the date? You've got clock for a head. But clocks and calendars are completely... Oh my god. Heath, that was your 30th sign today. Keep doing that and you might just huff and puff our boat to pieces. Tell us, Heathcliff. Your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is that awaits you there, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for it. Yeah, I suppose. There's no use hiding it anymore. After some time... Right, so to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up, now that Ishvil's had her time in the ringer, and he's got good reason to believe that, because Virgilius handed him something in their last consultation that affirmed his suspicions. And according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and... Ooh! I'm pogging. Dude, I literally pogged in real life. But since we're so far from escaping the lake, you're starting to feel restless. Is that right? Right on, so... Yeah, so there's not much you can do about that before we hit solid ground, is there? Come on, Heath, that's it? Don't worry, I can help you with that as soon as we find land, okay? We don't even know how far away from land we are. Dante, we have reached the end of the scheduled work period for the sinners. Huh? Oh, yeah. We hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. I reflexively said my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. Man, that wasn't even a big deal then. I was hoping to see an act of dramatic bloodshed for once. Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble for once. The sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched. One by one disappeared into the back door. Oi, Clockhead. Didn't know they knocked your wits off along with your head. Sorry. But Gregor isn't completely wrong, you see? Can't you mince words at this point? Virgilius and Charon also walked into the back door, mocking grins on their faces. I was left alone in the ship's cabin, standing awkwardly next to a severely crestfallen Heathcliff. Wait, there was another. Sir Heathcliff? Huh? What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you. Go gush about the high and mighty fixers of T-Corp or something. I shall have plenty of time for that later. Yet thou shalt do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff. What, you little... Hold! Allow me to finish! Manager Esquire, Sir Heathcliff, come hither. Hush, hush. Don Quixote wore a confident smile. He slowly, gingerly walked over to the presently and temporarily vacant Charon's seat. Oh no! And whispered ever so silently to us. Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee. This is not gonna go well. It never does. So, what is this splendid plan of yours? I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. It was certain that he had a very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was a sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion for once. I love it when there is a very fine line as someone who does writing, and Matt, I'm sure you'll have picked up on this too, is that a lot of times it's really hard. Like every time I see the words like it was beyond description and then they don't elaborate, right? I'm like, oh, they were just like, whatever, I can't think of anything. Or they just literally didn't bother to write through what they actually wanted, right? But sometimes, right, it's like the character is bad with words, the narrator is bad with words, and they're like, this is my interpretation. And that's really good for like unreliable narrators, right? Because if you then again get to see the scene from a different perspective, you can see what's actually going on, and especially if that doesn't line up with what you were told the first time, it's actually very interesting stuff. I don't know. That's my rant. Every time someone says, "Oh, it's beyond description," I'm like, "Yeah, okay, boss." It was unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote, however. She began excitedly describing her plan. Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear tell of the ancient and legendary fixer of the Deviant Association, the Red Sack? The Red... what? Like Virgilius? It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries no matter how terrible the terrain or how arduous the journey to all corners of the city, and with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man. Forsooth, his magnificence hath given away gratuitous gifts for children of the city that he deemed to be kind. 'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff. He appeareth on the front cover of the Fixer's Monthly every winter. Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know this Red Sack. What makes you think I'd ever read a rags like that? Fie to thee! Rags, thou sayest? Manager Esquire, surely thou hast heard of this magnificent publication? I knocked on my ticking clock head. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her. But none of thee had subscribed to it then. Mine words fell on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is that thou endeavourest to make thyself more presentable than anyone else for this occasion, is it not? Finally getting to the point, huh? Go on. Marry, good sir, a costume most befitting that occasion would be those of the Red Sack and his sidekick Reindeer Man. This isn't gonna end well, is it? I love these two. They're such goobers. But like those ridiculous fixers del artardis ardar or whatever. That's not ridiculous. Fie, thou hast not even deigned to indulge mine only wish, that we would cosplay fixers del artardis ardarian. Fuck. I really just wanted to run through it smoothly so that I could. Right, the joke doesn't work if I mispronounce it. Fixers de atardeser ardiente together. Thou hast not even given it a chance, indeed. Speak not on a matter thou know not about. With all that talk of a splendid plan, I thought you were actually going somewhere, but it all comes around to that fixer nonsense again, huh? Don't even have the energy to beat the sense into you. I'll get to it later. 5 honest hits to the noggin should do it. When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade. Prithee, share thy thoughts on the fixers that we have laid our eyes upon so far. What? Embarrassing, were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Close not thy eyes in heart. Speak! Absolutely embarrassing thoughts. Yeah. That spandex blick from K-Corp looked like he leaped right out of a circus. Nay, Lord Siegfried was not embarrassing. I said that his outfit was rather dashing. Wouldn't you agree? Allow me to explain the materials of its fabric so that thy understanding... excuse me. Hie thee hither, Sir Heathcliff. I have yet finished. Why is the girl so hyper today? Well, Lord Siegfried is a special outlier, perhaps, but dost thou not agree that most fixers are all rather well-dressed and wore honor upon their sleeves? Honor upon their what? I don't know about that, but I suppose they were quite posh. Exactly. Follow the eye, and thou shalt find thyself dressed as impeccably and impressively as the fixers are. Is that right? It's not I know shite all about clothes or making myself look fancy. Right, so let's say I go along with your plan. Where are we gonna get them clothes? Honestly, everyone was right. We're even gonna pick up clothes in the middle of a lake. Aha! Yet I have thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across this bus. Dost thou remember? Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. It went off not long before I announced the close of business for the business. But Faust said that backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about. No. I did not read the mini-sode. Backdoor volatility. I remember there was a meme that just says a me after going to Taco Bell, and it was the big like backdoor volatility pop-up. Good one. Yet I was curious how indeed doth Faust remember which volatility is useful and which is not. Thus all we were crowded by the back door, preoccupied with returning to their respective quarters. I have secretly and stealthily availed myself the chance to take a glance at the screen. So you took a peep at the screen. You know how to read those complex symbols? Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them, yet when I looked into them, I could very easily tell what the particular symbols on that device indicated. Forsooth, 'twere symbols of the red sack and the reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol of indicating posh outfits. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agree with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that. Dost thou no. Every so often, certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door. Huh? Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday when, in the corridor, I spied myself the exact door with the exact same symbol that I witnessed on the screen. Don Quixote, you didn't... 'Tis my nature as an adventurer, Manager Esquire. Mine inability to quell the burning adventurous spirit, I prostrate before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks, Mary. 'Twas not too foolhardy. I have only taken a small peek, and if I told thee that what I witnessed from within, that all my deductions and delusions, and predictions have been proven true, could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul? You absolute muppet. Why in the bloody hell do you keep doing what everyone tells you not to? Right. Heathcliff, I just don't understand why some people keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. Remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went into the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we're allowed to use? We almost lost Heathcliff that day. It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time we do. Did I see that story? I don't remember. I think this is the first time I'm hearing of the back door. Nay, the three of us will be more than sufficient to handle this task. You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you? Yeah, I have not taken any looks at the minisodes. I'm just like, since I was like really starting to enjoy the game, I have been really busy. So I just haven't had a chance to read them. But I will go back. The answer to this predicament was right there. Tell them that it's too dangerous and shove them back into their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow. Manager Esquire, that zone indeed. It appeared to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. 'Tis a simple task, is it not? All that we seek it to do is enter there and avail ourselves of a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff. It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of pure kindness of her heart. Or maybe she hungered for an adventure, or maybe she thought she might actually be able to do that cosplay of the fixers she so admired. But if we can find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then maybe I can do something about this before things get out of control, like it did last time when I just let a sitter's anxiety stew and exacerbate. Fine, but we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on, you were willing to do it if it meant that you could pick up some clothes. Well, I suppose we'll be okay as long as Clockhead's with us. Well said. Then let us reconvene tonight before Manager Esquire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Knock, 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 knock. Then you shall whisper a secret code, to which then I shall... Just go get some sleep. I really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agree on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. Oh! Do I have any other ones? I mean, since I don't have any charge stuff, I'd rather take Sync Dawn. Dark Silent Night. All are sound asleep. I don't remember this being a thing. Thus we assemble. This better be worth the trouble. It will be worth every trouble, of course. Now come hither. We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care not to make a noise. Are we really crossing this line? It was in a minisode? Okay. Bloody hell, lass. Didn't you know what happened the last time I crossed it? Alas, it would be different this time. All we must do is follow the corridor immediately to the right of this delineation and open the door here. So there are the symbols she was talking about. Past the door through the window, the symbols Don Quixote mentioned shimmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a rep present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So they're the red sack and the reindeer man symbols? Precisely! Right, I suppose you're the expert with these things. I'm going in. Hold on. Before I even had a chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged into the door. We found ourselves almost getting dragged in by his sheer fervor. Oh, we found ourselves in a rather sizable room. Yeah, I might go do a stream where I go back and go through them. Just not like now or soon. Probably over break. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is a factory? Yeah. And what are those things? Those little children like, hark, it is I, Don Quixote. What the hell is she doing? The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze a moment before turning around in our direction. They weren't humans, that's for sure. Give me but a moment. I've already parlayed with these fellows. What happened to the sneakiest of peaks? Oi, Clockhead, something's coming this way. A small, but larger than the others around it, figure scurried over and stood before us. Ah, Lady Don Quixote, you finally grace us with your presence once again, and you just said you did before. Poof, appearing from the most unexpected places again, Yeah, I remember killing these guys. Who's this? The one who shall grant us the wonderful gifts indeed. He rubbed his hands, or what I assume to be hands, together, looked up at us, and started... Pleased to make your acquaintance. You must be Don Quixote's friend. My name is Dodoru, a gnome who works at this factory, and why, of course, I make gifts here. A gnome? Indeed, a gnome! Is that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes, anyway? So they're not humans, right? Yes, these fellows are not humans, they're gnomes. Yes, of course, not... I'm not a gnolf. I'm a not a gnoblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed. Didn't think non-humans were allowed in the city. They're not abnormalities or distortions either. They're something else. The city, I knew it. Well, why does it matter if they're not humans? What truly matters is the heart with which they commit themselves to work, that is. Of course. You're absolutely right, my lady. Didn't that Dodoru gnome say something weird about the city just now? So that wasn't just me, huh? it's just Don Quixote going on a whimsical adventure, and Dante and Heathcliff are here being like, can you believe this woman? Do the friends of Lady Don Quixote wish for any present? Say, we have fancy clothes and powerful weapons, or delicious cookies. Fancy clothes? So you really have them. Looks like we got a winner. Well then, please, this way. The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception hall, led us to a certain room in his scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall. Oh, behold, there is a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could they possibly ask for? And we have some delicious refreshments ready for you as well. Please wait a moment. I'll be right back with the gift. I can't figure out this gnome's gonna have no voice. The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. Are reception halls usually this barren? I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this is what they were supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited... Oh... Okay. Yippee! I hate you, Twitch. Okay, especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, that there was something off about this whole situation. I have once heard the rumor that this kind of decor has been catching on in recent years. Yeah, I've heard that too. Apparently it's popular for some blokes to deliberately leave their stuff lying around in some half-finished looking buildings. Is that what this is? Still thy heart, Venture Esquire. I shall personally be responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts. If push comes to shove, I could nab some of these. Saw them packing some shiny, expensive looking stuff over there. No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incident with the hair coupons already left thy mind? I love that the one who got the hair coupons was Verso. Fine. Yeah, no, they will not let him live that down. It was a huge problem. Heathcliff was a foul-mouthed always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here, about to find what we're looking for, was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, is it really that important that you dress well for this occasion? Huh? Oh, yeah. A rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth. Calm, silent air, a perfect atmosphere to bring up an uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart. You know, I figured that the Christmas, I was like, oh, the beach episode's gonna be pure filler, right? And then it was super important to the plot. And then we get to the Christmas episode, right? And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be pure filler. And it's not. This is important. Or is someone waiting for you there? Someone who you'd like to dress up for? Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong. Oh, a secret, is it? Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged her chair up close to Heathcliff. I have to go back as a successful man, someone of great worth. So that they'll know that I've changed, that I'm no longer that witless brigand, Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality. Oh, hath someone stoked the fire of envy in thy stomach? Is this about revenge? The Gishville? Revenge? Heathcliff leaned back on his chair, it creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. There was a deep look of introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, a first. Well, I suppose you could call it revenge, but what I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what this is. I'll show them. I'll trample over those bastards who thought I wasn't worth shite. So that she'll regret not choosing me. So that she'll feel regret down the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Kathy that there was no better man for her than I. The best revenge is living well. I love the best revenge is living well. Right, for people who like really don't like you, the best thing you could do to like spite them is just not care and win. Right, this is how you win. Right, just having a fun, good life is the goal. Right? And if it's also... And if you can justify doing that for yourself out of spite, that's still a valid reason. It's definitely funny wherever that value is expressed as pure spite. I mean, hey, if you're making your life better... for any reason, right, it's always a net good, unless you're doing it by bringing down other people. This is definitely the funniest way to better your life. Heathcliff's eyes tremble a little as he speaks her name. He's mentioned that name before. His eyes tremble then too. This Kathy must be someone pretty important to you. Of course. Bloody important. So, what happened between the two of you? Between you and Kathy? Another meme I saw. It was a tweet of someone on the like update screen for Kanto 6. And it's just the like with the season title, which was like clear all Kathy. And the tweet, it was just an image of the update screen, and then the text was just, I wonder what's gonna happen this chapter. I wonder what's gonna happen. It's a long and complicated story. Aha! Allow mine intuition to speak for thee. This Kathy must be thy lover, is she not? Wait, is that what she is to you? Huh? No, it's nothing like that. Okay, maybe a little bit. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. Well, his disposition was as brusque as always. I could clearly see he couldn't stop himself from smiling from a mere mention of her name. And that gave me more than enough answers. Every sinner had a reason for joining Limbus Company, so... Maybe Heathcliff joined Limbus Company for this Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of a person she might be, though. Someone that special, that precious to Heathcliff. Don't be so overdramatic. That ain't me. Now, I do this not out of my obligations as the manager, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out. So that you could maybe... If you read Wuthering Heights, you know. Yeah. That's it! Oh my god. Alright, I have to quickly text my brother something. He keeps pestering me, being like, what do you want for Christmas? And I've just realized I could get books. I want to get audiobooks because I like audiobooks. Do. No, because I'm not getting all of them, right? I have to pick a few. Right? And I already know I am already I read a sort of like adaptation of the Odyssey and the Iliad, and I also learned them in school. I never actually read the original texts, but I'm familiar enough with the story. Some of them, Hong Lu's is really long, if I remember, and some of them yeah. But I don't know. I think like 2 or 3. Were the ones I was interested in. I know definitely Wuthering Heights. Moby Dick is long. I'm sure there are free audiobooks for that actually. Actually, there's probably free audiobooks for all of these because they're really fucking old. I guess I'll think about this more later and off stream. Nah, but I'm starting to think that I want to help you out so that you can be the best man you can be for her. Indeed, we shall all be people of quality, Kathunk. I heard a door open at that very moment. It wasn't the reception hall door. That one was made of wood, and you wouldn't make a sound that I just heard. This sound came from over there, away from us, in a dark corner in the room. Then we heard sounds of metal scraping against wood. It was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were just sleigh marks? Huh? The huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor on the marks that were already on the floorboards. It was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. But they were all littered with flesh and blood. Dodoru, we got your next batch of ingredients. Oh, my back. Come on, friend. Just think about the looks on their friends' faces when they open their present. All of it is worth it. Well, it's worth it. Here, yeah, it's a blizzard. I got sick. We got a lot of processing. Besides, we brought back some live ones this time. I think I saw some sacks on sacks on the slave move. No, they were thrashing like something was trying to escape. Is that? Grab your weapon, girl. What is the matter with thee? These fellows are but hard-working. Hello? Is there someone out there? Please help. Get me out of here. Oh, what a joyous day. This one's fresh. No. But hey, they are humans. Did Manager Dodoru bring them in? How'd they manage to bring in humans so fresh? So, how long the factory has been? Oh boy. Oh boy. I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other door of the room as Don Quixote stood there flabbergasted. Dodoru's done a blunder. That say wasn't supposed to be coming here. Don't you worry, just a little game between us gnomes. That's your excuse? Master Dodoru. Dodoru's listening. Tell me the contents of those sacks. Raw material for presents, of course. Besides, Lady Don Quixote, Dodoru's prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear. Why don't we head right out to wear... What? Raw materials, are they? Dodoru's tired of lies. Humans like you. You're a... What did I say about using this storage space? I told you this one was off limits. Brah! We're descended from the words from Dune. The spice must flow. My bad. Yuck. It's me, Goofy. I already told the factory director to look forward to this batch. What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Clockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. We gotta get out of here, yeah? Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself won't do anything. It never did. Got it. Grab your tools. Fresh locally produced materials coming up. Right then, let's crack on, you little shitbags. I love you, Heathcliff. Please never leave. Also, apparently Heathcliff's voice actor got into voice acting in order to impress a girl, and I was like, damn, what a good casting decision. They're perfect. Oh dear, they are under leveled.
야, 저거 정신 차릴 때까지 앞에서 시선 좀 끌어줘야겠어.
That is funny.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Heathcliff, Heathcliff, Heathcliff. Oh right, Dawn is severely underleveled actually.
결투 중에는 말을 걸지 않는 게 좋다고.
Ooh.
잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
Yeah.
무서워지거든.
Yeah. She might be. Yeah, oh, I mean, Heathcliff can do it.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
유쾌한 결투였네.
찢어 놓아주마. 하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 언제 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
I mean, Dawn's still winning some clashes. Yeah, I know it has to clash for it to become Lament. I just wasn't paying attention.
시야는 사라니까. 야, 저거 정신 차릴 때까지 앞에서 시선 좀 끌어줘야겠어.
Ugh. We're losing so many actions. Does this clash? That guy definitely gets staggered, so it's there. Go, my Heathcliff. All right, Heathcliff has maxed out coffin. Oh, there's more of them. Yeah, I know I can get on the horse. I'm getting on the horse. So he actually gets his memorial is actually a free hit here. Because he also gets power from
행복하겠는가?
한번 배우자.
yeah, it's 4 hits on the horse.
저 쉽게 유쾌한 결투였네.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
But despite being way underleveled,
유쾌한 결투였네.
Dawn's still doing okay. Look, I'm sorry my micro is bad. Hit. Hit. Jesus Christ. All right, we win this clash? We win this clash? Nope, we lost this clash. Wow, we are doing quite well
저
compared to the level difference.
저 유쾌한 결투였네.
8 haste. Wow, Dawn survived even.
결투였네.
Wow. I'm actually... Those are some fierce sods. The fault lies with me. The fault lies with you, Ishmael. I get it. I get the meme now. I kept seeing that line, and I was like, oh, that's probably a Limbus Company reference. And then I heard it, and I was like, that is pretty iconic. Yeah. There was a Moby Dick related video I was watching, and all of the comments were about Limbus Company. No, I should have thought this played through. I wonder if the Game Grumps will ever play Limbus Company. That's like an odd thing to wonder. God, but wouldn't it be they wouldn't play it, but it would be so funny. And Aaron would complain about it. He would skip the tutorial and then he would say this game is bullshit. Well, if we were to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me, the manager. Maybe I should have turned around the moment I sensed that something was off. Alas! With that, Don Quixote marched towards the now abandoned sleigh. This is... Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Damn it. I was afraid that this was what we'd find inside the sack. Heathcliff, famed body sack expert. Heathcliff's the kind of guy to know whether a sack has a body in it. I've never seen their style of clothing before. It looks like we're pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of the materials and styles that I'd not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far. Faust did tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so it doesn't really matter, does it? They'll all die soon, and it's not like you can turn the clock for them. Let's get back to the bus. Nay! Here, this person here is intact! Hark! Get a hold of thyself! Art thou the one who requested our help earlier? Child. Who are you? $66%. I love you, Heathcliff. Oh. What? Huh? Oh wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. Hold on, do I have enough tickets? Oh god. I mean, that child looks like baby Faust. I'm sorry. I'm so busy. I can't do my dailies, Virgilius. Okay. Okay, so I do have 6 people to deploy. Alright, you... no, wait, you... So your clothes are all weird looking. Guess you're not from the village? The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. Is that the first typo I've ever seen in a Limbus Company? It may be like the second or third. She soon woke up from her momentary shock. Unless that's not a typo. Anyways, thank you for saving me. My name's Crayon. And Clockwork teeth? The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror. The hell are you talking about? That's Clockhead. Yeah, it's Clockhead, guys. That's his given birth name. My name is Dante. Clockhead? But I heard that the clockwork teeth look like clocks. I guess I also heard they don't show up this high. I've never seen a monster like that before, though. Ah, but they are not a monster. This is none other than our very own manager, Esquire. Thanks for the intro, I guess. But I can't hear anything but the tick-tocking of the clock. Well, manager Esquire has their reasons. Art thou unharmed? Yeah, looks like the other people who were dragged here with me weren't so lucky, though. The child looked at the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Don Quixote casts a sympathetic gaze. So they were all neighbors from thy village? Yes, but our village will soon send the hunters to save us. As long as they can get here, they can... Hunters? I wasn't sure exactly what she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But this reception hall storage room suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin. What's this now? Oh, quick, hold thy breathing! An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, begins to fill with red and green gas. Ads. It's the anti-Christmas gas. This gas is the same gas for when I was kidnapped. The three of them, including Crayon, passed out and slumped onto the floor. Yeah, something like this happened before, but we walked into a room full of toxic gas, which killed everyone. Looks like the gas only knocked them out, though. That's a relief, at least. Guess I should consider myself lucky that my clock head isn't affected by these things. I gotta hide. I gotta get out of here! As soon as I hit my... Oh my god. Gnomes in gas masks. Crowd of gnomes rushed through the same door Dodoru came in from. Gas masks. So they were using sleeping gas on us. Is that all that is left of Manager Dodoru? I thought I was snagging 3 top-notch raw materials, and now look at him, a pile of meat. All accounted for, I suppose. They're all fast asleep with the sleepy powder, so don't you all worry yourselves about harming the good ones. Well, let's move the good ones. They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Crayon one by one and loaded them onto the sleigh. With that, they left, closing the door behind them. And through it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. Right, looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the 3 of them. No way, I should have listened to when Ishmael offered to teach me self-defense. What do I do? This harsh truth dawns on me every time we face total annihilation. The truth that I, on my own, am completely useless. If they were with us, I could at least bring them back. But none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? The miracle that I managed to survive thus far. Miracle? What miracle? Come on, get a hold of yourself. Great, now I'm hearing things. You're not hearing things. Steamboat Company. Yippee. It tells me the ad break is over, so I'm just gonna have to hope the delay is gone. Okay. You're not hearing things, manager. We're really here. Do you even know what a mess it was up there when we realized the three of you just vanished into thin air? I bolted up and looked toward the voice. There, I saw another door. And from it, the sinners appeared one by one. Guys! Oh boy, looks like I forgot about that slightly spoiled ingredient. I will inquire about this incident later, Dante. For now, command us in this battle. Okay.
대가리 딱 떼고.
그려졌구려. 이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
실력 최대치.
내 입에서 멍청하냐는 소리는 안 나오게 해라.
Okay. Hold on. We don't have enough for a mind whip.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Bam. Okay, do we have enough now? Yes. Okay. I mean, I don't think I've ever used this exact team comp before. So that's interesting. Spice Bush Yi Sang has never been in on an on level.
깡끌지 말고. 공간을 뭉갠다. 제압 완료. 승객 복원 준비. 제압 완료. 승객 복원 준비.
Okay. There's not much to say. We're just killing the gnomes. Do they call them gnomes? Right? Because, like, if I were to be like, it's Santa's helpers, it's the elves, right? Elves are the people I'm thinking of, right? Is gnomes what they call them in Korea?
전투에 임하겠습니다. 길에서 비켜. 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리. 제압 완료.
But like, I've never heard of like, maybe this is just like, yeah, maybe this is just like a thing that they did where it's like, yeah, gnomes are close enough to elves, right? But like, maybe they are gnomes.
착각하지 마라. 해파 겉에. 늦겠다. 뛰자.
Thanks, everyone. How did you find me? We entered via the back door. Your signals were no longer detected from within the bus's premises. Then every sinner was immediately summoned from their respective rooms for the search. And so, after our break started, Dante, let's not try to do anything like this again, Even if you are the executive manager, rogue behavior such as this poses too great a risk. Please be wary of that. I'm sorry, so how did you guys find us? I had deduced it. As of late, Heathcliff was in a constant state of uneasiness. Considering the nature of our circumstances, I conjectured that there was aught that he had to do before our arrival at T-Corp. On the day in which the backdoor volatility siren echoed, Don Quixote made a relatively delayed return to the backdoor. And come the next day, she requested from me and Miss Faust an encyclopedia of common symbols used in the city. Yes, so Faust lent her a few volumes. Ever since receiving the volumes, Miss Don Quixote sat next to me and perused the pages with a rather enthusiastic expression on her countenance, although I could not converse with her on the account of my conditions. I do recall being antisocial. I do recollect that the following words were repeatedly uttered: cosplay, costumes, sack. In summation, I surmised that Miss Don Quixote witnessed a series of symbols that caught her attention when the siren blared. And Faust was aware that the door on which those symbols were drawn. Based on that information, the sinners were able to find their way here. We engaged several entities of the corridor on our path to this door. Good thing we only ran into weaklings, though. An irreversible death of a sinner could have occurred in the process. Do you understand? Engaging hostile forces in your absence carries an exceedingly high level of risk. We could have been lost forever in some corner of the corridors as bodies, never to be revived nor retrieved. Please comprehend the weight of your responsibilities and the risk that your independent action carries. You must survive, Executive Manager, no matter what. Do I make myself clear? I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and ruthless. Your survival was a lucky coincidence, Dante. The sequence of those symbols are not supposed to be interpreted in such a haphazard manner. I'm really sorry. I don't really know what else to say. I believe that is enough, but... Yeah, Don Quixote, Heathcliff, where'd the pair run off to? Oh, that's... I told them exactly as the events transpired. Seriously, how did they even manage to survive this far? Alright, Manager Bud. I'm sure you've heard enough from the others, so I won't say more. But where exactly are we? Which district is this? This cold. We must be somewhere in one of the northern districts of the city, or... We are not in the city. What do you mean? I mean that we are not in the city. Those intelligent organisms called gnomes are part of a species surviving in the outskirts. Commonly known as monsters of the outskirts. Monsters again, after all we faced at the lake? They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were just like people, except smaller. So we're in a completely different region of the outskirts. I would have liked to explore the area that the circumstances permitted. Look, the structure seems to have been custom built for the gnomes, considering how small everything is here. This is the outskirts. We can go back, right? As long as the door we entered through remains open, yes. It is open for now. What if it closes? Then an unexpected journey begins. We will have to trek the distance from the outskirts back to the city, which will be a significant endeavor in both time and effort. Isn't that a bit dangerous? Where's this coming from? Oh, they still go this road. Dante, come hither to the back of the line. The door slammed open and gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for battle. Go.
내 입에서 멍청하냐는 소리는
시간 끌지 말고.
Okay.
너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 문제.
I just dissociated for a second there. What just happened? You won? Okay. Cool.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하다. 으타! 먹어 치워라. 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리.
No, you saying stops taking damage, ahaha.
아이씨, 좀 피하면서 하라니까. 야, 저거 정신
Great.
차려야지. 앞에서 시선 좀
단숨에
끌어줘야겠어.
정리하다.
Wait, do I have a second ego for Faust? I mean, I must have it. But just what is it? Is it telepole? No, I don't have Faust telepole.
그래.
What is this? What is this ego?
놈이 이기는 거라니까.
Oh, okay.
아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
Oh, I don't know what this does, so I'm not gonna bother with it.
비워보지.
개굴바가지 거미 대가리.
It's better than an empty slot, but yeah, it doesn't look very good.
내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
잘했습니다.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그릇 두드려 패. 그들어서 끓여.
Bam.
소란이 줄었네요.
Okay.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 뭐지? 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고.
I mean, not much to say, is there? They're just killing gnomes. Alright, Mind Whip killed from full. Exactly as the prophecies foretold.
딘디버리 캐리어 출력 탄생. 신속한 대처를 권장합니다.
먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않나. 대.
Okay.
터졌군요.
Man, if only this Yi Sang ID used charge instead of tremor,
완료. 승객 보관 준비.
we could be getting insane value.
서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고
대가리
저 새끼
딱
죽은
떼고.
다음만 생각해. 방금도
길에서
매서워지거든.
비켜.
어? 방금 좀 똑똑했다.
길에서 비켜.
길에서 싸울 때도 분해 바로
Okay,
잃어버리는
victory achieved. I can see their similarities with humans, but they certainly aren't humans. Except for their odd verbal quirk, these monsters are impressively communicative. I don't even know if they could be categorized as monsters. That definition is often arbitrary. Some may call them monsters, yet others may call them members of a different sentient race. I appreciate your analyses, but we should probably get moving. We still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote are. You always say the right things at the right time, Executive Manager. Exploring the outskirts area will carry a higher risk than our usual operation grounds. To ensure the manager's safety, we must first establish a more structured plan. Well, I'd say the easiest answer would just be to leave the two of them, but the easiest path isn't always the right one. Did stream freeze for anyone else? It doesn't look frozen to me on my end. Ishmael kicked open the door the gnomes rushed in from. You might just need to refresh the page. Let's go. We'll protect the manager and have Heathcliff save Heathcliff and Don Quixote. She's repaying the favor.
여유로웠어. 아예 여기서 밥 좀 먹다가 출발해도 될 것 같은데. 다들 식량 꺼내. 늦겠다. 뛰자.
Do.
뭐야?
Because it seems to be fine on everyone else's end.
파이팅이다.
전투에 임하겠습니다. 하! 으타! 더 먹어 치워라.
Alright. Yeah, I do need to do my daily. But doing mirror dungeons, it is so time consuming. Doing mirror dungeons is so time consuming. That's the problem. Like, I need to get enough Otis shards before the XP thread dailies. You're so correct and I'm incorrect. Yeah. Hey, you've been doing mirror dungeons. How's your I unlocked the hard one that doesn't level you up. But like it says you need to have level 45 guys, and I was like, I don't have level 45 guys. That they're actually quite not level 45. Yeah, and I would. Yeah, but I assume it gets you the same amount. I'm assuming the big mirror dungeon is like you can get the same rewards just for doing one harder mirror dungeon. Right, because you don't use it. Okay, but you don't use it. You don't use your try, like it doesn't. You can. It's not that you can do 3 tries per week for mirror dungeons. It's that you get to do rewards 3 times, and I think that's a time saver, right? But unfortunately, I don't have the high enough level IDs. Yeah, so which I think is nice. I like that's good. Right, I am super positive about the fact that you can win the mirror dungeon 3 times every week, but past that you don't get rewarded, as opposed to only being able to try 3 times a week, which sucks. Right, it's just like bad.
결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까.
Heathcliff, I thought you got kidnapped.
생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
피어나라.
Yeah, if I get my charge team. If I get my charge team to level 40, I think I'll start doing those, and then it'll be so much nicer because it'll be so much less time consuming. There's a lot of these guys. Launcher fire teams. Oh, I imagine it's just based on the keyword you pick at the start, right? You get a really good one that's just really good for going fast. Or are the teams just really good?
착각하지 마라. 해파 거태. 닥쳐라. 누굴 팰진 내가 정한다.
Ah, okay.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
피워보지.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that I don't have those. Right, I would need to build a fire flame team. But I don't. Like, I don't have the guys. And that sort of sets me back. Like, it sort of is like the opposite of a solution, because now I'm using more. Right, and I think in mirror dungeons there should be an option to just skip to the end of combat, right? Right, you just select, and then there's something up here where you could just go like skip to the end, and then That would make it a lot less time consuming to go through mirror dungeons.
몽둥이가 약이지. 두드려 패.
I have taken to setting up a mirror dungeon, and every time I think of it throughout the day, I just go and do a round of combat. And then I just minimize the game. So I just sit there, run a round of combat, and while that's happening, I'm just doing something else.
지금이다. 개골바가지 범이 대가리.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, there's a lot of them.
서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까.
I mean, I have a full charge team, right? It's not that, right? Like, oh, oops, that's fine. That's fine. It's not that, like, I don't like the mirror dungeons in general. It's just that I've done enough of them where I'm like, okay, yeah, I get the point. Right. Most fights aren't hard enough that I have to do anything other than mash win rate. So, like, it just feels like a really big time sink. But that's mostly a B thing. But like my charge team is good. Like, it's a good team. And it just like obliterates the whole mirror dungeon because the ego gifts you get at the start are really good for charge.
차원 파동 장갑 충전 완료.
So now that I had some time to look around out here, this facility appears to be a gift factory. I see, so there are factories like these that produce gifts. Christmas decorations everywhere. There's still some time until Christmas, though. Sinclair looked to the ground with a somber expression. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling. Oh, right, I forgot. I forgot about that. Man, Chroma really did ruin Christmas. Wonder if monsters exchange gifts with one another. They didn't seem like the hospitable sort. There's a possibility they may be contractors to one of the wings in the city. I wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings that we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, there was a non-zero chance of that being the case.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하도록.
출력 최대치.
Burr, 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 burr.
먹어 치워라.
가서 할 수 있는 건 다 해보고 오라고. 저보다 한 주먹거리도 안 되는 놈들이니까.
단숨에 정리하도록.
방금 좀 똑똑했다. 옛날에 조직에서 싸울 때도 두뇌파로 턱을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
Especially with how scarce XP is in this game, the level curve is kind of harsh. Right? Like... Oh, oops. Because you sit there
야, 저거 정신 차려.
And you're like, oh,
시선 좀 끌어줘야겠어.
I'm super underleveled, and there's nothing you can do except do the XP excavations.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리하다.
Oh, that's so true, actually. It needs to go up too,
이런 건 몽둥이가
because there was one in the last battle. I keep forgetting.
먹어 치워라.
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거야. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
대가리 딱 대고.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없어.
Man, what the hell is up with these guys?
소란이 줄었네요.
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은
Was that another mind whip?
그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
Oh well. We're not in a dungeon, it doesn't matter. Oh, okay. We actually hit an enemy with that.
소란이 줄었네요. 이렇게 찾아잡지 않나.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
충전 기능 점검.
Okay, get that man.
단숨에 정리하다.
Get that man. Ah, the stats are coming for me. They're coming for me. They're gonna take my balls. They're gonna take my balls.
길에서 비켜.
Suddenly, one day, there were ads. After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized the gifts the conveyor belts were moving weren't your average gifts. Is that a foot? Is that a sign with a drawing of a foot? What's that doing here? This one is adorned with the depiction of an eyeball. These gifts appear to be made from materials that do not normally go into building these items. Their shapes are of teddy bears, crayon boxes, toy trains, but they have an abnormally high concentration of protein and Nimbus Company. However, the decorations and the lights are made of proper materials. They must have salvaged the wastes expelled from the city. Obvious. Gifts made from humans. More stuff were made from human sacrifice? I guess the outskirts isn't so different from the city, huh? What's really concerning is, who are these gifts for? Who in their right mind would want anything like these? Who knows? Rich folks with screwed up perversions? Maybe that's who they're for. So, if they're making gifts out of people, Heathcliff and Don Quixote, will the gnomes turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials. Then we must move with haste. I've discovered a location with a high probability of their presence, presuming that they haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Marceau spoke up. He pointed in a direction. There, the place... The placard says gift assembly.
착각하지 마라. 해파, 거태. 내 놈들 덕분에 내가 강해진 게 아니다.
I guess I do want to go to bed early tonight, but I think if I end the stream too early, then I actually will start watching YouTube videos. So, and then I won't actually go to bed. So, we might be able to finish the dungeon tonight. We have plenty of time. And if I remember, the last Intervalos dungeon was quite quick. Go, whatever. Go my cube. I had some I had some sausage for dinner and it is not agreeing with me. Ugh. Go. Kill them. Nope, we can't. Okay.
아이씨, 좀 피하면서 하라니까. 야, 저거 정신 차릴 때까지 앞에서 시선 좀 끌어줘야겠어.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Okay. Faust is getting cooked.
당신의 물로 터졌군요. 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다.
Okay. Goodbye, Faust. If only Heathcliff were here, he could do something about that. What is there to say? They're fucking gnomes and they're getting cooked. Couldn't even get through the shield. Unbelievable.
소란이 줄었네요. 지금이다. 해골바가지 거미 대가리.
Yeah. Get him.
아이씨, 좀 피하면서 하라니까. 야,
길 좀 막지 마.
Oh, oops, I accidentally hit damage.
끌어줘야겠어.
Oops.
승객 무력 확인.
Okay.
길에서 비켜.
Yeah.
당신의 물로
Don't worry, I got it.
방금 좀 똑똑했다. 옛날에 조직에서 싸울 때도 두뇌 바로 적을 다
충전 기능
밀어버리는
점검.
놈이 있었지.
단숨에 정리.
길에서 비켜. 잠깐 끌지 말고.
Oh, we got enough trunk.
승객 보관 중.
Nice trunk. Thanks, Amazon gave it to me. That's not what I was talking about. And then they get obliterated by the giant saw blade.
거태. 내 놈들 덕분에 내가 강해. 닥쳐라 해파. 누굴 팰지 내가 정한다.
Man, what the fuck is wrong with this world? Not our world. Limbus Company world. A rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful happenings. Can you not giggle about sounds of screaming, please? I'm familiar with this toad. The decibel range of this screaming is an exact match with Don Quixote. Does Verso just have a computer in his head? Wait, we have yet to conduct a threat assessment of the combat area. That area appears to be closed off space, which means... Otis, were Heathcliff with us, he would have said as such. Said what? I think I know. How bloody frustrating. Quit whinging, pick up your tools, and get cracking. That was pretty close. Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. Meanwhile... where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up? I regretfully say to thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we are fated to become toys in that hydraulic press. Oh my god. The gnomes really tied them up on the railroad tracks. And Don Quixote and Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights are tied up on the tracks and they're like, save me, Dante. It appears that when the time cometh, I shall be turned to a roly-poly toy myself. What riseth with every fall? Oh, I should try and do something. We've got to get out of these binds. Sir Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there was the tiniest bit of selfishness within me that I wished to procure the ransacked cosplay set for myself. However... VA? Oh, English voice acting? That's true. I mean... Yeah. That's true. Because I was like, they might be able to afford it. This game isn't that successful, and there are a lot of voice lines, right? I was like, well, Crunchyroll is paying people like $0 to voice act in anime, right? And then I remembered, oh, right, but that's like a 20-minute episode. Right, this is a very long game. Little shite. I knew this was gonna happen once I'm out of these binds all. At least I shall become an elaborate pocket watch. Damn clocks again. I think they're gonna turn... Oh, I forgot about you, Crayon. I think they're gonna turn me into a box of colored pencils. 24 vibrant natural colors, or so it says. We have 10 years of Limbus content at the very least. Maybe there will be a Limbus sweep, and everyone's like gets on the Limbus company, and then they finally have enough money to pay for English voice acting. Who knows? But they're a bit loud. Can you see them? Can you see my ears are bleeding? They screamed at me. I'm reciprocating to a bee. Then let's be cutting. Heathcliff, Don Quixote. Oh, what a relief they've not been turned into gifts yet. Quite cozy in here. Everyone, oh, we're here for you, Heathcliff. Clockhead. Damn it, I didn't think I'd ever be this glad to see your mug. Looks like we got here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic machine press. I have hewn your straps. Descend. Look, I'm not the type to wear my heart on my sleeve, but after you lot saved me from getting turned to a pocket watch, I have to say it. Thanks. You absolutely... Poor Heathcliff, man. He's like, finally, I can express myself, my emotions that I keep bottled up. And then Otis is like, fuck you. Kill yourself. You know what? Forget it. Right. Get a hold of yourself, you two. Manager, what now? Well, we've got to trash this place. Come on. Get ready to wear your identities. I love Dante being like, all right, where are the explosives?
대가리 딱 떼도
공격 범위 확인. 출력 최대치.
Oh, Heathcliff isn't here. That's unfortunate.
깜짝들지 말고.
Yeah, you know what game franchise could afford voice acting? Pokemon.
것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단
I mean, theoretically, right? Theoretically they could afford voice acting. Can they actually? No.
비워보지.
Right? Nintendo could definitely give them money for voice acting, but they're not gonna do that.
그릇 두드려 패.
먹어 치워라.
Oh well. Die.
방금 좀 똑똑했다. 옛날에 조직에서 싸울
God,
때도
there's so many.
바로 적을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Faust, please stop losing your clashes. Ah.
예사롭지가 않은데? 아주 작살을 내놨어.
Man, I'm excited to see what's happening next. Honglu is the next chapter, right? I think Clever said that. I like how I'm like, oh, what's the next chapter? I haven't even finished all the chapters that are already out.
비워보지.
Okay.
길에서 비켜.
Oh, we actually got the AoE attack off and it did no damage. Oh, they really want her dead.
결국 떠돌아가.
Man, whatever. This is what happens when Heathcliff doesn't show up. Oh dear. Okay, boss. Absolutely. That's good enough. That's fine. What is... I don't know what that ego does, so... Can you corrode if you don't have any egos equipped?
꺼져. 위에 숨겼지.
Cause aren't the like default ones, can't those not corrode?
나도 하니까 닥쳐라.
Oh, okay.
아이씨, 좀 피하면서 하라니까. 야, 저거 정신 차릴 때까지
So it's not better.
시선 좀 끌어줘야겠어.
It's just an alternate, right? Like you lose, instead of having a chance of attacking enemies and allies, you just lose your turn, which I think is just worse, especially since you can't have any egos equipped. I guess you could have the default ones equipped, but that's not much of a solace because some of those aren't very good. Looking at you, branch of knowledge. Get the hell out of here.
피어나라.
Yeah, some of them are good. Like body sack, baby.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이다.
Body sack is the only default one I care about. Although some of some of them that aren't body sack are good.
새끼 죽은 다음만
짝 끌지 말고
공격이 더 매서워지거든.
길에서 비켜.
Like Snag Harpoon has a really good passive.
길에서 비켜.
That's a plus, I think. After we defeated the horde of gnomes, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling I should be down there with them, but Otis tightly pulled me to the side. I feel bad for those two. I am ready. Commence, Lady Otis. You absolute buffoons. How did you ever think that this was going to turn out okay? Are you even aware of the risks the executive manager took to get here? How worried they were about you two? Well, actually, Clockhead was in on it from the start. Silence! Do not refer to the executive manager with such a derogatory language. Insolent fool. 'Twas my fault, 'twas my fault. My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with her stern scoldings, and the pair fell completely silent, their heads hung low. Hung low? Oh my god, I hear Canto 8's gonna be about him. It's such a bad joke. No, my mom, I was like, so I was like, hey, Mom, do you know Wuthering Heights, the book? And then she sent me a link to Google, a Google search result, which was the lyrics to a song called Wuthering Heights by Pat Benatar, which is a name that is familiar to me. But I don't know who that is. Any Pat Benatar heads in chat? Is Crayon doing okay? Yes, she merely lost her consciousness from excess psychological shock. Are they related? They look like they could be related, right? They have the same eye color and hair color, and they're both pale. How did you find yourself at a place such as this? You are a human, right? And we're really in the outskirts? Crown initially appeared somewhat taken aback from the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up. So, you're really from the city? I'm from Cloudtown. It's a village on the north side of the outskirts. Are there a lot of monsters like those gnomes out here that can speak? Yeah, there are many more monsters out there here than the gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. Our village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back at the village by now. So they raided your village. Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so we normally don't get raided by them around this time of year. In my D&D group, they harassed me for calling a group the Hunters, right? Because they do hunting, and it's based around people who hunt, so they're called the hunters, right? And they're like, it's so confusing, it's so generic. Like, shut the hell up. I thought it was a cool name, and it's fitting. And just because there are other people who are hunters who aren't hunters, capital H hunters, doesn't mean that it's a bad name. We normally don't get raided by them around this time of year, so I thought we were safe. They suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance, and everyone that they killed got shoved into the sacks on that sleigh. Heathcliff whistles and taps his foot, looks the other direction. I passed out from fright, and they thought I was dead too. I got shoved into the sacks like the rest of the villagers. Oh, we forced you to talk about something that couldn't have been easy to go through. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I won't need therapy. Anything. Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors? And they have gold and silver colored crayons too? Probably. And there's just people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that tried to kill us, right? It's kind of hard to answer that, actually. Sometimes I climb a high hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty colorful lights from up there. So colorful that I don't even have enough colors in my crayon box to draw them all. I'm starting to catch the gimmick. I wish I could live in the city. If I lived there, I never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could live happily with all my neighbors. You wouldn't have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. Just your neighbors. You've really never been to the city, huh? I'm sorry? Same story everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. Death always stalks us. Oh, that was so cool. Can you say that again? That's so true, bestie, actually. This game is full of like lines that go hard. Oh, did you guys see anyone else nearby by any chance? I don't think we ran into any other humans out here. No, but he has to be here to save us. What do you mean? The best hunter of Cloudtown. If he was at the village, the gnomes wouldn't have... It appears that in the outskirts there are hunters who specialize in hunting monsters. Akin to the whalers of the Great Lake, that is. But wait. So if they're kidnapping and killing humans for these gifts, who are these gifts for? Oh, hello. Of course, the gifts are for our poor and kind neighbors who do not cry. Executive Manager, retreat! I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us. Ah, what is that thing? I am Sentata, bringers of gifts to our neighbors, oh ho ho. The guffawing giant carved in red and carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder. I was definitely not a human. Yeah, it's that git. That one's the boss. Lo, the crimson garb. That is the crimson garb that I spoke of. The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison. That's the red sack's outfit? Oh, then he's already... No, not the reindeer man too. Shut it. Cut the useless chatter for once. After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice. Executive Manager. I need to shit so badly right now. Dude, I can't deal with this. Since he appears to be of an intelligent species, I will attempt to parley with it, but we best prepare for battle in case the talks fall through. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clients from the city? Ho ho ho! But we are denied entry to the city, are we not? Brr, 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 brr. Is that big lump of meat a gnome too? Is that a big lump of meat, or are you just happy to see me? And he's like, it's a big lump of meat. Oh, big lump of meat? I am going to kill you. I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time in captivity. They call their master Beard Giant, which I believe is not a gnome. A giant? There really are all kinds of monsters out here, huh? Dante, that's not an abnormality, is it? No, that's not an abnormality or a distortion. I'd say it's closer to the whales. Oh, do you yearn for gifts too? Yet your kind already owns all there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wait so dearly for that very day, the only day we are allowed to joy and comfort in human gifts. I see. You produce toys out of humans and gift them to those who harbor hatred for humans, out of pure goodness of your heart. Here, world, those who have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow. We are pour our infinite hatred and care into packaging these gifts. Ho ho ho! Quite the verbose way of saying I refuse to negotiate. Ho ho! Why don't you come here and join us and become joy to those who need it? Ah, it's me, Santa Claus. But evil what if there was an evil Santa, like a dark and fucked up Santa?
될 것 같은데? 다들 식량 꺼내.
이 소리는 폭풍인가?
자,
이 소리는
자.
각 정리요원은 위치로.
출발. 준비되었어요.
재촉지 마시오. 어련히 가겠지.
빨리 시작하시죠.
The new variant for the Christmas ego.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Yeah, hit him. I forgot to put Heathcliff on his horse.
뭐가 치워라.
피어나라.
Okay, killed one of them. Oh, they're coming for me. They're coming for me. They're in my walls. They're in my walls. They're coming for me. The ads. Oh well. We'll see how far we can get.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Okay. We can get on horse and then we can do horse. We can horse around.
흐드러졌구려.
주라기야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
I'm just horsing around.
막을 자는 없어.
Ah, fuck. I don't know why I keep getting served ads for women's fashion. it's odd to me, right? Does Google think like, oh, you have a bunch of, you're friends with a bunch of transgender women, right? And I'll be like, that's true. But I have no use for this. What, you think I'm gonna give them that? Holy shit, no.
눈에 바로 적을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
I don't buy gifts.
목을 내놓고 있도록 찢어 놓아주마.
You got an old lady fixing a computer? Yeah, I think I got served that one once. But like, they seem to think that I'm like a huge like
단숨에 정리.
I don't know. I'm already not into fashion, right? I mean, which is maybe something I'm like working on, but Jesus Christ, like what used to I don't have a girlfriend.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이오.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 밤새 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리.
I don't know. Like I just want Google to explain to me what it thinks I'm gonna do with the women's fashion. Right? Does Google think I'm like a weirdo? Like a freak? Does Google think I'm some sort of freak? Google is drunk. Uses random for ads. I don't know, but it feels like consistent is the thing.
대가리 딱 떼도
Okay. Friendly fire. Oh, that's a lot of friendly fire. I didn't hit a single enemy with that attack. Oh, there's new friendly fire just dropped. Yeah, if only that was Yisang.
소란이 줄었네요.
He would have gone crazy. Okay. Now, I have 2 coffin, and that's... Surely this boss will be no problem. Who died? It was, Dawn. It's fine. Please win your clash. All right. Nope. Here's a gift. Fuck you. Is there no dungeon in this?
대가리 딱 떼도
I assume there was a dungeon because No, because there wasn't one in Chapter 5. The ones before Chapter 5 either. Yeah, so I guess... Alright. I guess we just have to kill Santa.
공간을 뭉갠다.
이상하냐는 소리는 안 나오게 해라.
Man, I just had like the random thought of, I wonder what my grandma would think of this game. Right? You'd be like, what the hell is this video game? Not that she really understood games well. But, you know. Oof. Oh, hi, you saying? You'd never be a zombie, would you? I think we have this in the bag. Okay. Yisang is dead. Rip. Yeah. Well, I don't like it because it keeps stealing Heathcliff's coffin. I need that. Okay, let's just like use some egos here. I don't have enough.
대가리 딱 떼고 무불아위
여행에는
Yep.
목적이 있었지.
Get him. Okay, please don't kill Ryoshu. Actually, no, I don't think you physically can. I don't even... Did you even do any Nope, you didn't even deplete the shield. You're a fucking sad little monster. Go, my body sack.
대가리 딱 떼고
Are gun swords real? No, not really. They're just like sort of impractical, right? Like you'd rather just have a gun and a sword, or just like a knife and a gun, right? It's just sort of like it's really cool. It's just there's no reason to ever actually do it.
잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
전투에
공격이 더
임하겠습니다.
매서워지거든.
Oh, he got body sack. I'm adding that to the body sack count.
제압 완료.
There's no way.
보관 좀.
He got body sacked. What is Otis cooking? I don't know. I'll separate the flesh from your bone. Santana's gut suddenly began to expand. All of you, hold your breaths. Suddenly, a large figure leaped out of the dark and slammed what looks to be like a stake in Santana's gut. Whoa! 'Tis a smell most foul. I think I'm about to pass out. A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Some sinners dropped to the floor, while others gagged profusely. Clearly, this was a rather painful experience for all. I don't have a sense of smell, though. This gas does not appear to be toxic, however, its scent seems to inspire an extreme level of discomfort in people. So you've defeated a northern giant, yet you don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterward. Are you hunters from the city? Proper procedure? Immediately before death, a northern giant's body fills with a noxious gas before exploding in a rain of acid. The man who staked Santana's gut explained as he approached us. You have to puncture the hole in its gut to let out the gas before its internal organs condense it into acidic fluid, allowing it to cause a chain reaction could complicate things. Alright. Hello, guy.
다른 부서도 벌써 한바탕 했나.
A Journey's End. Oh my god, Terraria reference?
작품이 많아졌겠어.
The stench will come off. Who's that now? Mr. Domino! Crayon, who's been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran up to the large man and hugged him. At least you're safe, Crayon. That's good. After stumbling for a moment due to the stench, most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Hey, you, identify yourself. Name's Domino. I'm a monster hunter from Cloud Town. Oh my god, these graphics are so insane. These graphics are so incredible. Look at these graphics. I don't suppose I could call it a town anymore now that it's just me and Crayon that's left. Relax, I wouldn't even think of hurting any of you. Huh, so you're the hunter that the girl mentioned. Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on the wall and looked to the floor in relief. Normally around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. So I was on an expedition to help them out. Looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. When I returned, they had already finished their raid on our village and left. Damn it. They used to be predictable, attacking only right before Christmas. Do these tragedies happen often? Though I can't speak for the city, I can say that this is a common occurrence in the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live, if we can even call this living. Survival alone is a miracle out here. Are there a lot more places like here like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory? No, can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else, but I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. That's the natural order of things in the outskirts. Do wonder sometimes if we were to live in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, it must be better than this living hell. It was no easy contemplation to answer. This outskirts must be a hellish place to live, but if what he's told me is anything to go by, but the city they admire so much isn't such a warm place itself. From what I've seen in my journey so far, at least. Then accompany us back to the city. We were on our... Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval. Thank you for your kind words, at least. I wish it were that easy. If I could at least let this child enter the city somehow, just like that. But the city has no place to spare for this child, not even a small corner of it. Even if you are to somehow make it past the city's walls, there are countless variations of paperwork and procedure you must overcome before you can live the kind of life you desire. And what would people like us even do with such paperwork? Where will we find them out here? We've not studied or worked to find a job in the city as some youths of other villages do. Mister... There was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued. I must still extend my gratitude for keeping the girl safe until my arrival. I know a good way to extend your gratitude. Maybe you can extend us a nice pouch of coins. Rodion's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point. Something shiny and jangling? Sure, maybe I could give you a tour of some antique items I keep at home. Precious items salvaged from the locomotive tracks of the outskirts. Not something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure. Items from the outskirts? That tour alone could be worth much more than just pure cash. There's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right? Indeed, in fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I recommend a quick return to the bus, now that our two primary objectives have been secured. So she says. If you would permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager, even if this is not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. This curiosity cannot be a reason for us to risk getting stranded in this environment. Looks like you've got to hurry back? Well then, catch. Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction. It does not appear to be anything dangerous. Let us inspect it further after we return. We mustn't dally any longer than we have to. Yeah, good idea. Some sinners had passed out, and the doors remained open. We made it back to the safety. Okay. Ooh, stinky. Uh-oh, stinky. Karen quickly made her escape to the decks. Uh-oh. Huh. And Vertilia screwed us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze. Looks like everyone's had quite the adventure. Covered in blood and guts, and with a disgusting stench to boot. Oh, this is... Manager, I can't hear you anyway. So just reply to my query with a nod or a shake. Yeah, I have actually seen the holiday egos when I was looking around, but I will do that. Your replies better match up with my expectations, of course. I have but one question. Was it you who made the call? I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me, but... It was I who decided to go along with their plan. This would not have happened without my authorization. Good. Then my questioning is over. Huh? I will leave it to you to deal with this mess. You may rest afterward, and please, do something about this foul stench. Well then. I don't think he cares. And everyone got back safely, right? Huh, that's unexpected. I thought my fine time had finally come. Be glad! The best consultation is a consultation not had, indeed. Alas, behold one and all. I don't know when she had the time to pick it up in all that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Miss Mephistopheles. Heathcliff is going through it. You picked all that up you picked that up from all that mess? I have laid claim upon the evil gnome's trinkets. Now that's some real commitment. What's all that for? Art thou truly unaware of mine intentions? 'Tis for adorning our ship with Christmas decorations. Wait, now? But we're still like 3 months away from Christmas. Agreed. Let us not risk peeling old wounds. To lower the morale of our company is... Oh, it's okay. I've been getting better with time, little by little. Yeah, we can all grow beyond it eventually. Marvelous. Then this appears to be an occasion most fit for a party, then what do you say? Don't tell me you went through all that trouble for some party decorations. According to Dante's explanations, this incident was spurred on by Heathcliff's need for an outfit. Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat with his face buried in his palms, out of shame most likely. He is on like that Shinji gif. Very, yet that very costume Lydia's son was worn by none other than that monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow. Forget it. It wasn't the kind of look I was going for anyway. What did I say, Heath? We'll help you out as soon as we land, okay? The outfit's one thing, yeah, but the, You're speaking of the port ship we sailed past. The port ship on which the hair salon that printed those hair coupons conducts their business. The coupons could not be used as the port ship was not on our charted route. Leave it to me to style your hair. I've done my sister's and younger siblings' hair pretty often. I don't know how long we'll be floating on this damn lake anyway. Besides, I don't even know how to dress myself properly. I was gonna attempt the trial and error method. Okay, but can you tell us what it is that Virgilius gave you? Just so that we know what you exactly are so anxious about. Oh, and this explains why he stole the hair coupons. It wasn't just random. He was really worried about looking good. Sonnet. After a deep, heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced a letter? That's the something Virgilius gave you? Oh, I remember. My family used this envelope before. It's made from really expensive paper, made only in limited quantities at a time. It's quite a luxurious envelope. Can we read it, Heath? Sure, it's nothing impressive. Then, Dante, why don't you read it out loud for the rest of us? I mean, I think he pulls off the look, right? But it doesn't give the impression that he wants to give. Right, I think he looks good, but he wants to look fancy. Right. It was written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. Began reading. From Wuthering Heights. Ooh! What's this here? Somebody colored over this part of the letter. Well, I'll keep reading. We invite you an invitation to the whatever. T-Corp Nest. Did you accept our invitation? Please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th with this letter on your person. Please honor this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nellie. Oh, and down here's a postscript. It's written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy? No way, it's Kathy. We're going to clear all Kathy. We had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of being colored over, but clearly the rest of the letter's contents had stoked the fire of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So, you gotta look fashionable and classy for this Kathy person, right? Well, yeah, but there's more to it than... Quiet now. Now, I can clearly see why you're so impatient, Heath. Huh? Why are you looking at me with like that? Oi! I'll leave it up to you to style his hair, Master Hairdresser Hong Lu. I wouldn't call myself a master. Oh, wait, where are you taking me? What the bloody hell's this grip? Yeah, Rhodey's got quite the grip strength. You won't free yourself of her anytime soon. The grip strength? Eyebrow-raising line. The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door. Now Heathcliff's fate was sealed. To be a mannequin to now motivated and unbearably bored Rhodia's various experimentations. Why does she know that? I can hang this trinket here. Don Quixote began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the buzz. I decided to go to the deck for some air. Leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll that Domino the Hunter gave me as we hurriedly left. Held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance toward where the outskirt lies. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giant, and the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too. Stories different from those of the city. Faust approached me from behind and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she heard. Oh, she's a... This feels like a moment where Faust said something lore. Follow the stars, Dante, star by star, then you will one day learn. So for now, follow the closest star that shines before your eyes. Yeah, I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't even really know who I am, after all. Why are we having this audio with this ominous music? Yeah, the stars is the thing, right? There's like, stars are like a thing in the lore, right? Yeah, but like with the ominous music playing, like I know what's happening, right? They're partying, right? But the thing about the stars, right, is that if I remember correctly, Dante was like, oh, when we're in a dungeon, I can't see the stars, so I can't bring everyone back. Joyous, famous, infamous. Yeah, that works. I get the picture. But wasn't that K-Corp guy, the guy who started K-Corp, also turned into a star? Right, that's in the story. Right, so I'm figuring that like the stars are people or something, and that like the stars are like an important source of power. You make a rather tempting offer, Dante. Wait, what did he say? Why don't we take a look at how Heathcliff is doing, Faust? The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. That's true. Like, Damien talks about it, Rim talks about it. Three more minisodes. Yeah. That's true. I forgot about that. I didn't EX clear all of them, I guess. This one. Oh well.
잠 안 와?
I am a little tired. I think I might be ready to go to bed. All right. I think I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm eepy. I'm sorry. We could do it at the beginning of next stream. We can do it at the hold me to that. Hold me to that. I'll do the Walpurgis one at the end of next, or at the beginning of next stream. All right, let's see. Let's see, is there anyone online?
단테, 맛있는 거 사러 나간 거지? 나 기대한다.
Okay, anyone live? Nope. All right. Then I'll just. Good night, everyone. There's ads about to start, so I'm just gonna close stream. Good night, moon. Good night, sun. Good night. Well, I don't know. There's like a monkey